And that's why shonen anime needs to include much more fan service for the female gaze. And the female gaze, too.
That's
And
not
that's just
bad.
correct.
That's just objectively correct.
It's just true, yeah. No, I was going milk toast for that one.
All right, well, welcome back everybody to the Storytime Network. We're back with more D&D. I was expecting a much worse non sequitur to start us off.
What about the one I posted, Mill? Is that what you expected?
Let me have a look at it.
Oh my god, holy shit. Holy shit, man. Holy shit.
Okay, I need you to actually say that now, Gan.
Okay.
Oh, that is brutal.
Having played it up until now, yeah, at this point we've had a lot of the comment sections are like.
And that's why Zenless Zone Zero is now the official gotcha game of the Republican Party.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay, let's focus in here before we get sidetracked hardcore by that.
Sorry.
No, that was pretty good.
Oh
So,
god.
Last left our heroes: Seamus the half-elf bard, Felix the Eladrin wizard, Aldane the half-elf paladin, and Dairon the Genasi rogue. The four of you, along with Stasia, had climbed the tower of, well, Hatayya's tower, I should say, and were ready to face off against him. The four of you, as well as your ally, were immediately swallowed into Hatayya's terrain that he had created. After which, he was able to basically incarnate Pludral, the god of balance, and god of all metallic dragons. The fight was pretty worrisome, and it got to the point where you all failed to stop Pludral from unleashing his breath weapon. In an almost miraculous turn of fate, however, the astral self armor that Rua would use, that seemingly had hid within Aldane's bag of holding. Oh, not hold. Oh no, Aldane put the armor in the bag of holding. Well,
It was a surprise tool that helped us later.
It came to life and basically interrupted Pludral, causing their own breath weapon to explode from within their own body.
Like Combustion Man after he got hit by the boomerang.
At that point, it was clear that Rua had seemingly inhabited the astral self. Hatayya, in a fit of rage, then snapped, furious that Rua was still around in some capacity. And Rua, even though he was in his astral self, actually summoned the Moonblade to his own hand, as if he was more worthy than Hatayya himself, the one who the blade was made for. Rua forcibly took back his own body by impaling Hatayya and himself. At that point, Rua had completely erased any traces of Hatayya and became the master of the Moonblade. Pludral, furious, grief-stricken over their lover having been erased, then started to become a lot more emotional. At that point, Rua, with the pulse arm that he has, the one that allows him to manipulate energy, he used that to charge a beam to clash against Pludral's breath weapon. The four of you, as well as Stasia, stood by Rua's back, channeling all the energy you had to allow him to meet Pludrell's breath weapon. As you're all pushed back, Akra, coming in at the last moment, gave Rua the push he needed to basically charge at Pludrell. Rua's arm, having endured far too much strain, exploded, and maybe it's because of Hatayia having been in his body briefly, maybe it's because of the energy swirling around, maybe it's because Rua had finally had the ability to just do it, but his right arm regenerated in full, and so with the Moonblade in hand, killed Pludrell. At that point, his leftover essence was there, lingering. Rua chose to absorb it, so that the powers and energy would not go squandered. At that point, Rua had emerged from what had happened, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
Rua finally got his arm back, yay!
In the span of only a few moments, the party had committed genocide and deicide.
I mean, they were neither my gods, other shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was all with the power of friendship, so, like, yeah.
And yeah. Meanwhile, Gulivai, Oryx, and Olafykin watched as the cocoon that encased the Tarrasque within had collapsed, breaking apart to reveal a humanoid shape from within. Its speech was rather eloquent as it asked for the Nameless Guard.
That's right, that's what this was.
And right from one boss fight to the next.
I'd rather it not turn into a boss fight, please, thank you.
So here's the music we're going to be using now. I was just using that song purely for the recap.
Thank you, Kaido. I really needed the recap because I entirely forgot where we had left off last time.
It has been over a
While.
month.
Yeah.
So, as you are all extremely tired, as you would no doubt be, at this point, as you are recuperating, as Akra would have used his the medallion that encases that like
Pocket
time
weld.
chamber of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Hypebola Lion Tamer.
You
As
got
you
one
guys
more.
are, as you guys would be having a long rest, because you would no doubt need it.
Long rest, fun.
So consider.
Oh
your
yeah, let me make sure I
resources-
actually fix my character sheet.
While you guys would be resting, you would actually notice that Rua is basically like. Maybe it's because of having been possessed. Maybe because he regrew his arm in the span of like a few seconds. Maybe it's because he had been impaled with his own Moonblade twice. And also, you know, all of the damage you guys had dealt to his body when Hatayia had possessed him. Rua is like fucked. He's completely like exhausted.
Since I had spell slots available before we did the long rest, could I use Healing Word on him or like retroactively?
So Akra would have checked him over before you all would have had a rest.
Mm.
He is more exhausted than everyone there, so he will actually need a few days within this dimension to like actually rest off the fatigue. Like
He has
unless you
what?
were to use, I think
He
it's
has-
Greater Restoration that removes exhaustion.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I do have Greater Restoration. I could
But
use it.
Rue would just say that he actually needs the rest anyway because he's mentally
Mhm.
strained. Like he would basically tell you to deal with the Tarrasque, like whenever that, like if he isn't there for the Tarrasque, just deal with it without him.
Dang it, Rua, I was trying to avoid having to deal with the Tarrasque.
Everyone else is here. You don't need me.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, now that I'm the master of the Moonblade, anyone here can use it.
Hey, yo.
So if something happens to me, even someone like Dairon could use it.
10
I don't
heartbeats,
like-
right?
I don't like the way you're saying that. Don't imply that something's going to happen to you.
The problem is that something could happen. Something did happen, which is why if something like that happens again, you could potentially use it to stop me or to, I don't know, continue on the fight. Especially because the Moonblade also works to cleanse people who aren't elves as well. Which
That is
means
helpful.
now we have a cure for Tarrasquification.
You hear that? Oh.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
The
Bit
sword could
inconvenient
do
on
it
the timing, unfortunately.
The sword could cleanse it anyway, but only for elves. But because I basically, well, at the cost of Hatayia never returning ever again, which, you know, we can all agree is only a good thing.
Seems like it,
fuck 'em.
yeah.
Yeah, I basically removed all of the restrictions from the blade.
So what
Kind
you
of racist of him
is-
to have restrictions like that, honestly.
The only problem is, though, if you can call it a problem, I am the only one who can summon the blade to my hand. But that would mean, say, I don't know, Seamus is using the Moonblade, and he's in Pahala, and I'm in Tennoyama. I could summon the blade all the way from there to my hand. long as
So I'll say again, 10 heartbeats, right?
Oh boy.
But, which is why, actually, you guys should use it for now.
Just don't give it to me. I am not combat efficient enough to to really use it.
Dairon, do you want it or should I take it?
You should take it. I'm more useful with the Azure longbow
Alright.
because it lets me switch between melee and long range at a whim.
Yes,
So,
my divine
so-
gift is a shield, so.
With the Moonblade out of character, the sheath that it comes with is considered a spellcasting focus.
Nice.
Also, because of Rua doing what he's done, as long as the blade considers you worthy, which means Rua would consider you worthy, you do not need to attune to the weapon.
Nice.
Which means even mid-fight, Aldane could say pass the sword to Felix,
Cool.
and then Felix could pass it to Dairon, and then so on.
We can hot potato the blade.
From Aldane to Felix to Dairon and back to Aldane.
Yep. No, I don't need it. I don't need it.
But yes, so you all have the long rest. During the long rest, Akra, who at this point has actually only had a short rest, would tell you. So I've got some big news for you all. The cocoon that the Tarrasque was in has broken apart.
Okay.
And the Tarrasque ask for us to see it. More specifically, the Nameless Guard.
Was it able to
Great.
talk before?
No.
I don't
Right.
think so.
Well, shit.
I don't like the sound of this.
So what I'm going to do is, because I have a way to get there immediately, you guys can stay in and I'll bring the medallion with me over.
Alright.
So as he opens a hole within this space, he walks out of it and the hole knits itself shut. Everyone
Now
else
the
is
time
basically there
dilation is
with
still
you.
working, right? So we get like if it
You
only
still-
takes him.
So if it hadn't already been brought up, Akra would have told you. He can choose the effect of the time dilation.
Hmm.
So he could even do it. So a year outside is only a day inside for you guys. Oh, he can
So
do
you
the
could
reverse.
potentially get like half a month worth.
Well, it's what you guys. Well, it's what happened where the outside was. Where only a day had passed, but only 6 months. You guys were in there for 6 months doing that training, if you recall.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Akira can choose whether to lengthen or short. Like he can choose. He could choose the time dilation in such a way where if he could trap a creature inside, he could have them be stuck in there for like 1,000 years, and only a day would pass in the outside.
That's
Prison realm plus hyperbolic time chamber.
the hypersonic lion tamer.
But you would get the rest of your long rest. And at this point, let me just check.
The hypertonic mind flayer.
Firefly, where?
Let me. Is it this one? Yes, it is. So let me drag you on to this map. I'm also going to change the music.
Oh, it's too bad the token for the Tarrasque still looks like the Tarrasque.
Yeah, it's fine. So this is the music we're going to be using now. As you exit the pocket dimension, you see a humanoid figure ahead. It looks just like the Tarrasque. It has the signature like orangish carapace and scales. Its figure is humanoid in shape, with 2 legs, 2 arms, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on both feet. It's got some of the horns that Tarrasque had. It has 2 eyes, and its mouth even looks relatively normal, like it has lips instead of just jagged teeth.
Oh no, he's hot.
So, I see you have all come to see me, although where is Everett?
He's napping.
He did take quite a beating.
Regretful, but understandable.
We'll catch him up.
He looks to you, Felix, and nods in acknowledgement.
So, this is awfully cordial given circumstances.
As he is right now, he's stood in a mostly neutral stance. His hands are to his sides. His hands are just relaxed as well, they're not clenched. It's clear that the Tarrasque isn't stood in a position of like tension.
What was it you wanted to talk to us about?
Thank you. That helps make things quicker. I'm glad to see Oryx's sending had worked.
By the way, Dairon has their hand like near a dagger, just in case.
Aldane is very casually resting his wrist on the pommel of his sword rather than his hands.
I do understand your trip. He actually holds up a hand, but it's not in such a way where he's like commanding you. It's more like a as if to
placating
try and-
gesture.
Yeah, as if to yes, yeah. And it says to you, I understand your trepidation. Only moments ago had we just fought to the death. I do not really possess a name other than just the Tarrasque.
Do you want
But
the
I wish.
name?
So it's complicated.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind. And at this
Sorry.
point,
Wait,
it actually sits on the ground, cross-legged. You do not need to move closer. I'm happy to still be from here, or you can keep a watch on me and my movements.
Character question. Who's here? Is it everyone on the screen or?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's basically saying that it doesn't mind if you do not approach. It understands that you might want to keep an eye on it.
Dairon is going to hold on. Fixing that. Do I get a sense that they're? Do I get malicious intent or lies?
As it stands right now, the sense you get from it is a sense of contentment. You actually... It's not in such a way where Eben had taken over Kuro's body and he was elated at getting what he wanted. And it's not the kind of sense you get from, like, Hatayia when he had finally had a body for the first time in ages.
Right.
This is more of a sense of peace, like enlightenment.
Dairon is going to look at Aldane. I'm going to be stupid for a minute. And Dairon just gives like a smile to the others and walks towards the Tarrasque.
I hate when,
Alvan walks forward as well.
I hate when Darren is stupid for a second and I follow.
You need not approach any further, it's more than fine. Unless you want to inspect my body for some reason.
You're treating us. You are treating us. You are parlaying. It is only right that we face each other face to face. This is parley.
It is a very humbling experience to be given such an opportunity.
Alvan sits down as well in a cross-legged pose.
The Tarrasque actually nods its head as if in gratitude. I wish to speak with you in hopes to broker peace.
Seamus is kind of like tentatively walking up, but still hanging back a little bit. He's like, I want to be close enough to hear, but I don't know if I want to be in striking range.
Kaido, you tell me when you want. Kaido, I'm gonna just assume I'm gonna be rolling insights. You just tell me when I need to roll.
The Tarrasque say so. If you do not mind me attempting to, well, tell the story of what led to this happening.
By all means.
How aware are you of the concept of the memory bleeding of Tarrasquification?
We've been loosely informed of it.
I mean,
well, as a reminder, the concept
no offense. No offense. When we were fighting you, a lot of our old attacks weren't working because of the bleed.
As a reminder, the concept is that the humans that were experimenting on me against my will, they wanted me to be able to adapt and learn from things that would have killed other Tarrasquified beings. You actually notice as it's speaking, it's kind of scratching its temple, as if to, like, think of the way to best recall this information. As a result, I was inundated with memories and knowledge of things that I should not have been able to properly conceive of or experience. I have memories of even Stasia Everett from when he was wrongfully experimented on as a result of the cult of the Tarrasque. Notice, out of character, he refers to them as the cult of the Tarrasque, rather than the name that they prefer to be known as, which is the Human Liberation Front. At this point, Darren, if anyone else has been rolling insight, or would be rolling insight, you can clearly tell that even the Tarrasque itself is not happy with what the cult has been doing. Like, it almost very much is like, yeah, it also isn't happy.
Yeah, it's kind of peeving when people commit atrocities in your name.
But as I was saying, as a result of this effect, you were very close to bringing me to death as we were fighting, as my body was adapting, as I was struggling to not die. In that moment, I felt awakening, if it's possible to describe. It felt like I was waking up from a dream. In that moment, I knew if I had continued the fight, I would die. Well, in my previous form, the way that to permanently stop me would be is to cast the wish spell. To then permanently put me down. Only that would be the way to kill me. Even destroying my body down to the atom wouldn't actually permanently stop me. But I was, for the first time in my existence, worried, afraid even. Instead of just being sentient, I was feeling sapience. I was aware. Which is why I made the chrysalid that I had encased myself in. I knew that if I continued as I was, I would die, and that I would be a victim to be wished away into non-existence. So I knew I needed a way to counter that. Which is why this body is considered, would be a mortal's body. If you were to somehow kill me right now, I would be dead. And I would be in the land of the dead.
Would you be as you are?
Yes.
Or would you revert back to the...
I don't know. But I went out of my way to trade away all of the advantages that being that beast would be. I am now effectively a mortal, which means, in theory, I also have a lifespan. I don't know the limitations of my body, or even if I even truly have a soul right now, but the freedom to even explore that possibility is now given to me. And as it is right now, that is all I want. Freedom. Right now, I feel the wind on my body. I feel the rays of sunlight. It touches the ground, gently caressing the grass.
Oh no, it's touching grass!
I can feel the touch of grass upon my body. Each blade, each sensation. I can understand why people cling so desperately to life.
The world is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Its expression so far has been neutral. Actually shifts into a smile. Indeed.
So, you want cessation of hostilities?
I do not wish to be your enemy. And I believe we all share a common goal in preventing the cult of the Tarrasque from being allowed to continue with what it is doing and what it intends to do, and what it wanted to do with me.
So,
Kind of out of character, do we know if the leader was actually dead or not?
So to your knowledge, from what Colgan had said, the activation of the Tarrasque required at least 3 of the 7 members to be killed.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of them. Albert did. Did it say Colgan? Albert, anyway. So Albert would have died. You had killed Orkan.
mm-hmm.
And Albert is willing to believe that Balazar, one of the other members, would have likely have been killed because he was one of the most expendable members. Which means that Aster, who is the effectively leader of the cult, is still alive. And it's entirely possible that even Orkan has probably been resurrected, given that his body was taken away and teleported away.
So there's still a threat. Got it. Okay, I wasn't sure if like the Tarrasque was just not
Yeah.
in the know, or if it was still a larger threat.
I mean, well, you don't know exactly the limits of its knowledge. Based on the fact that the memory bleeding is a concept, it likely has some of the memories. Because you don't know how far it goes. You don't know if the Tarrasque has access to all memories of Tarrasquified beings, or whether it can only take some memories in. But it, at some point, would have had to likely have some memories from Orkan. As it,
Okay.
you notice though at this point, as it mentions about this common enemy and wanting to deal with the cults, it's visibly trembling, as if it's struggling to contain the emotions that are burgeoning from it.
Can I just rolled an insight. Is that enough to get me like a sense of like?
It
Can
feels
I give it? Can I
feels
give that
violated.
words?
Like it feels wronged. It feels like it's been it has
You've been
used.
hurt.
And it even mentioned how it had been used against, how its existence had been used against its consent, as if to imply that if it had been sapient, it would have never allowed the cult anyway to make use of it. There's very much this sense of now that it's become sapient, it understands what it means to be violated in such a way where it's been like experimented on. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry that this happened to you, and I'm
do
glad
not need
we were.
to apologize, Dairon. It isn't your fault. If anything, the people you have killed who have been Tarrasquified were granted a mercy. This is just regrettable that they had to die to begin with, and that the experiments on them were even made.
Well, we
I
apparently
cannot
now have a
believe
way. We have apparently a way to get to purify the Tarrasquification now.
For what this is worth, I can't take back what has been done, but I am sorry for the suffering that people have had to go through.
So, I understand that, and you have no obligation to make amends for what was done, for what we did to you, or what has been done to you.
What you did to me is more than fine. You were fighting to survive and live. You should not be blamed, and no one should have the right to blame you for what you've done.
We appreciate the
wrong.
understanding.
That said, what is it? And you don't have to have an answer. What is it that you want now? Is it revenge, or just to live your life? Whatever that may mean.
The Tarrasque takes in a surprisingly deep breath before letting out a similarly deep exhale. It's strange. Its appearance is so alien, but in the way that it's acting, it's very much like you're basically speaking to a person. This being has complex thoughts. It understands the concept of forgiveness and the nuances of what has happened. It enjoys life, seemingly. It's smart. This is a person. And so it almost... It's not like it's creating the effect of an uncanny valley. It would be strange to see a being with the kind of appearance it has doing the things it is doing, but it's done in such a way where it is clearly natural. Like it's not forcing itself or pretending to do what it is doing. If anything, the most odd part is that it's still kind of finding itself as it is existing.
Well, could argue we're all doing that. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It is a tough question to answer, as it brings its hand to its chin, in thought. I
was thinking the exact same thing again. I'm sorry. I saw what you posted. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
regardless of anything, I would like to know that by the end of all of this, I would have the freedom or the choice to even be allowed to not need to do anything. That I could just decide to wander the countryside, to see the sights that the world has to offer, and know that I have no responsibilities, there's no restrictions put upon me. But I also know that for a being as powerful as I am, as a result of me gaining this mortal body, I traded away some of the physical strength that I have to gain this intelligence. I am still very much physically stronger than probably all of you here anyway. That isn't to boast. It's just a simple objective statement based on my memories and my knowledge and comparing and contrasting to you. But I feel like with someone with my abilities, it would be irresponsible of me to not feel like I should contribute to this world, even insofar as to potentially safeguard its future and the people who live on this planet. I want to coexist.
Chiron is gonna look at Aldaid, Felix, and Seamus, and
You see, as you would look backwards, a lot of these people are like, a lot of your allies are nervous, and like, there's a vast range of feelings from your allies. Stasia is probably the most visibly like negative. He is very much actually clutching at the sword in his sheath. But then you've got some others like Jade, who's very much more empathetic. She actually looks like she, I don't want to say believes it, but more that she is feeling empathy for the Tarrasque.
Mm-hmm.
I have two thoughts. How does Flora look?
So Flora's hidden, like, Gulwivai, she's actually looking from behind one of Gulwivai's arms. He is making a concerted effort to be between to have himself be between Flora and the Tarrasque, just in case something happens. It's hard to tell Gulwivai because he is an ancient white dragon, and his face
100%.
is very like different.
100%.
I
Here's-
personally.
Can I, Jack? May I say something?
Please.
My thoughts is we have a home in Centralis.
Mm-hmm.
We will likely be in Centralis for the near future, at least as it rebuilds from both the cult and your attack.
So, out of character, the Tarrasque didn't actually ever touch Centralis.
I mean, in more just like the fear from the assault.
Yeah.
And so we, the Nameless Guard, are going to be around, so to speak.
We may be traveling here and there at points, but
However,
regardless.
for now, as kind of I don't want to say parole, because that I don't want to imply that you are under arrest or are being
If I
held
may,
captive.
I understand. You have no reason
Some-
to even trust me. For all you know, for all I know, it's possible I could devolve back into the bestial state I once was.
A demonstration and a commitment of goodwill would definitely go a long way towards putting everyone's minds at ease.
That
If it would be
said,
possible, I
I
would
was gonna
even be more than happy to attend discussions with the cults, so that my perspective could hopefully give them the opportunity to understand what they have done and why they do not deserve to be alive.
Tyron's gonna hold their hand up and be like, "Oh, hold on."
I was waiting for that to drop.
I understand. And very likely, we will be killing them. No doubts.
I don't think we should kill all of them uniformly because not all of them share equal responsibility. However,
That said, for now, you are more than welcome to stay with us at our home.
I mean, I was more than willing to have this be my current residence, and soldiers would be more than fine with keeping an eye on me from afar and then reporting back if I did something. I'm fine with not. As it stands, I'm aware that my appearance could be seen as unsettling, and it would be unfair to expect the people of Centralis or any other settlement to be subjected to my visage.
That is fair.
And it would be difficult. I can imagine the difficulty it would be to explain who I am in my presence to the people, especially as it was only a few decades ago that I had last attacked. So I could understand that some older people might still have some recollection of who I am. Not to mention the Tarrasquified people that would have been within the city.
However, I understand that. However, I would also argue that there is no one in this city, or frankly on the continent, more capable of not only being around you in case you do go back, you regress, or making sure that giving people more peace of mind that you are being observed than us. Like, I'm not going to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, I will not lie. It is going to be difficult. And there are going to be, like you said, there are going to be a lot of people that have mixed emotions. However, if I had to pick between several soldiers who may not have the ability nor have the experience, and thus, in panic, do something incredibly stupid, or us, I would pick us.
I would personally feel more comfortable not being in a settlement. As it stands, I find the outside as it is very liberating. To feel constrained within a city's walls or even a house feels unnerving to me.
That is fair.
Also,
that said,
you watch as the Tarrasque slowly stands up, and you watch as their hands clench into fists. You watch as, because it's, there's no clothes on it, you can see the way its muscles are tensing. You watch as its arms tense up, and in almost a few moments you see wings sprout from its back. And after a few moments, the wings retreat back within its body. My body has the ability to change and adapt at a moment's notice of my choice. I do not know, nor do I wish to attempt to, but it is entirely possible I could potentially revert back to my original size, which would be catastrophic within the limits of a city or town.
Yes.
That is fair.
This isn't simply a matter of just surveillance, which I could more than understand why you would want to do that, but it is... If I was to lose control for some reason or another within a city, the damage would be catastrophic. And it would be unfair of the people to be expected to keep a wide berth from me at all times, especially when, right now, I feel like I can speak for everyone here when dealing with the cult of the Tarrasque is the greatest issue. When the possibility for humans to be when the possibility for humans to be dealt with in one way or another is sort
Don't like that. Out of character, don't like that.
So you can tell the Tarrasque does have very strong feelings on humans.
Mm.
Like, if there was a side of the spectrum where Rua has explicitly stated where he wants humans to be reintegrated, and that at the very least, the people within the cult need to be punished, at least in terms of being given a sentence, the Tarrasque is very much already on the other side, wanting them to be made an example of. That's kind of the vibe you're already getting.
So, I have not a firm proposal, but a suggestion, if you will.
We're here to debate, we're here to discuss. Do not feel afraid.
I feel like you have a understandable but very strong grudge against humans.
It is
I
more
am-
so the cults.
Yes.
The humans before, well, the humans over there, as he gestures to Alberts, Hawk, and Flora, have done me no personal harm, although I do, I hope you can understand, possess some umbrage towards him. They gesture to Alberts.
Albert,
The cults.
Albert has his own demons. He has his own penances to make.
But
And I
that is
extend-
also in line with what I want to get at. It is necessary for us to make the point that people are, by their nature, complicated. They can change, they can do awful things, they can do amazingly wonderful things. But I do think that every single member of the cult, and this is something that Rua has said something along the lines of, every one of them should at least be put on trial and tried for their crimes. If we do so, if we subject each and every one of them to a tribunal, if not every one of them is executed, some will likely be executed, but not all of them, will you abide by the sentencing?
The Tarrasque lowers its gaze to the floor. Its left hand is brought to its mouth in deep contemplation. You're not waiting very long. You're not sat there for minutes. It's probably at most a minute. The Tarrasque then removes its hand from its face. Its eyes and head lift to meet your gaze, Aldane. As it stands right now, I do not know how to give you an answer.
Time for contemplation? Is that what you require?
Right now, I possess the memories of countless people who had been personally subjected to the Tarrasquification experiments. The reason why I am able to process and understand emotions like I am is because I feel their pain. Their screams of torment are like a brand on my very existence. It is impossible to truly explain and describe the feeling because it is such an impossible way to do it. Unless I was to transplant the feelings onto you, there is no conceivable way. Even speech feels like it is.
Your
Show me.
entire existence is born on the suffering of others.
He pauses. It pauses. A 6-year-old goblin child. It was turned in Tarrasquified before his parents. The humans were laughing and taunting the parents as they watched their child twist and turn into a monster. Then its head turns more to the right. A young woman, Goliath, her husband, was forced to witness her becoming a beast, a shadow of herself. She held on as best as she could to not turn as they fled the facility. Their child, a green-eyed Goliath
I was about to
girl.
say, I was gonna guess.
Its head then looks to Jade before looking to you all. In the chaos, the mother and child had to split away from her husband. It was clear on his visage that he had no clue if he would ever see them ever again. And in the last few moments of her lucidity, she asked Akra Everett to take her child in and raise her as his own. He had to kill her with a single blow strike to the skull.
And question, can the others hear all of this?
He's speaking audibly enough. He's not quiet. He's not projecting, but he's speaking at a volume that anyone would hear.
So Jade is hearing this.
Yes.
Great, okay, cool.
I
Would
watched
you?
as a man was twisting and turning while he himself struggled with his very hardest to not devolve into a beast. For months and months and months, he endured in the belief and the hope that if he allowed these experiments to be done onto him, his wife would be fine and they would go back to their son in Centralis. The moment she had been dead for nearly a year was the breaking point. He had allowed himself to be vivisected for far longer than any person deserves to ever endure. When he broke, it was like watching an ocean be evaporated in an instant. There was nothing in his mind at that point. But then the desire to do anything. And you can see at this point the Tarrasque is visibly shaking.
Would
You
you?
have-
In a mix
Would
of
you
rage,
be?
grief, sadness.
Your point has been made.
I do not expect you to understand how I feel. And
Could
it
you
would be
help me?
presumptuous and arrogant of me to tell you that my feelings are greater than those who've genuinely suffered those grievances.
You told me. You said earlier that you would be able to show us how it felt. Could you show me?
I have no way of demonstrating it to you other than my words. It places its left hand on its chest. Where my heart is, I feel a tremble. Not just from my heartbeats. It's like this. It looks to the side as if it's struggling to form the words. It's
Just
this...
like a void.
No, it's like a fight or flight response. I almost wish I could retreat and even just run away right now while I recuperated and processed these feelings. It's horrifying. But as it stands right now, and I do not know if these feelings will subside, but in the immediate short term, the eradication of humans feels to be the only salve on the wounds that have been forced upon me through the memories of the victims. The brief snippets of memories that I have from when I was the beast I was, the cuts they did, the chuckling, the casual conversations they had as if they were just going to work, as if they were fishing out at sea. talking about how my cells could be used to further their developments. I was forced to be in a state, vegetative, comatose, however you could describe it. The feeling of being trapped, knowing that they could do whatever they wanted to me, that they were doing this to other people as well. I do not expect you to agree with my beliefs, but I want you to understand the source of my wrath.
It is a very fair impulse.
We understand the place your pain comes from.
Not to the same extent, but we can understand that
Yeah.
at the very least.
If you wish to talk about it at any point, again, we can sit in audience. We can listen.
We are... Our responsibility is not just the protection of Centralis or the guardianship of Rua. It is to ensure that the things that happened to us, the things that made us who we are, don't happen to others. And for those that are harmed, to give them the ability to essentially walk again.
To help them heal. To let them understand what it means to not just be cold and broken and suffering and alone, but to feel the warmth of a friend's hand on their shoulder, feel the warmth of the sun on their face, to feel alive, truly alive.
And to ask anything more of you would be to do a disservice to you and to your trauma. But as Aldane said, let us help. Let us help you carry your burden. Whatever that may mean, within reason. But let us help you.
Again,
Yes?
because you've done the bulk of this conversation, I want you to give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Guidance.
Oh ho!
So 22
How much is-
plus a d4.
24.
You know what's better than 24?
I mean, it's
Shut up,
actually
SpongeBob.
lower. It's actually lower if it's 21. Is that what you were going for, Dylan?
No. 25! Yeah!
Is that a SpongeBob?
It is a SpongeBob
Yes,
reference,
it
yes.
is.
The Tarrasque's eyes narrow. Not in such a way where it seems to be like...
It's suspicious.
Yeah, it's more just as if it's considering your words. I will say, you did extremely well. And this isn't me saying, oh, spoiler alert, you failed. This is just more me trying to explain that, you know, the difficulty of the check. Like, I'm trying to establish the difficulty of the check anyway, which is why,
100%.
Again, the Tarrasque's eyes begin to narrow as it contemplates your words. Right now, I do not know how to feel. There is this torrent of swirling feelings I'm still getting used to. for what it is worth, regardless of however this conversation develops, whether it breaks down or whether it flourishes, I'm grateful that we've been allowed to speak. I... It actually seems to be really struggling. If you want, you can all give me insights.
Oh boy.
Dylan, Aldane, Jack and Aldane, Jack and words. Dylan, Jack, even, or Aldane and Seamus is what I meant to say. It is really struggling. It's very much clearly in two minds. Its expression is twisting in a mix of just... It's clearly struggling.
Aaron Holzer.
If
Darren
anything, the struggle it's going through is a testament to what it is, the thing it has now become.
Aaron holds her hand up as a hold on. No decisions need to be made this second. Take a night. And I do not know if you sleep, but the phrase sleep on it is a thing.
Yes, it's one that we are quite widely familiar with.
For now.
Don't do it. Sleep is terrible. You dream. Dreaming is awful.
Dyron's dope slaps Felix.
Am I wrong?
You can ignore him.
Look.
I wonder what a Tarrasque dream would be like.
For now, why don't we do this? For now, hostilities cease. We do not attack you. You do not attack us. That much holds. We reconvene tomorrow at midday and continue discussions then. You've given us a lot to think about, and you have a lot to think about as well, it seems. Take some time, take your own counsel, and you will be here tomorrow to continue discussions.
Thank you for your generosity.
Your patience is considerably appreciated as well.
The Tarrasque slowly stands up and actually turns to face away. Its stance is just neutral, but it just seemingly looks off into the distance. I assume at this point you would return with your allies to discuss this?
Yep. Unless you have any objections again.
Jaron is going to if our allies want to place a guard nearby, would you permit me to be someone who stays nearby?
Are you asking the Tarrasque?
Yes.
As it stands, I care not how close or how far you are. Do whatever you feel comfortable with when it comes to checking and making sure that I act out of accord.
This is more me asking for you. Would you be opposed to me? You are welcome to say no.
I genuinely do care not.
Okay. Dairon gets up and goes with the others.
As you reconvene with your allies, yeah.
Okay, so
Good news and bad news.
that
We could
just
hear-
happened, I guess.
We were here, we heard it, Akira says.
Good, we
Yeah.
don't need to recap.
And
Good.
as it stands, if negotiations break down, I'll be fighting him one-on-one to start with.
All right.
That's fair.
We are hoping it does not come to that.
We are trying our best here.
You've done more than anyone could have expected.
It's a lot.
That said, we did promise them a day.
I know, again, we heard it all.
So let's all go back into Centralis and kind of plot our moves around, assuming
So,
the Tarrasque is off the board for now.
out of character, because I did actually check this. I believe it would take more than a day to get to and from. Like, it would take the whole day to get to Centralis. You still have the tents and stuff
Yeah,
from earlier.
let's just say we camp out here, I think.
Yeah.
Let everyone else go back to the city.
Not even necessarily that, because I'm assuming that's where the cult is, like the rest of the cult is.
Well, so seemingly Albert would tell you.
Mm.
I thought we cleared out the cult for the most part from the city.
Yeah, the cult presence within Centralis would have been dealt with the Slayer's take, and Leon and Ernest being there, along with anyone else who's there. Especially because at this point, you should not need to worry about the cult coming back, especially because, the Tarrasque has been seemingly is pacified for now. Albert is extremely confident that there is very little the cult can do. If anything, the actual end point of the cult is how they are going to completely dissolve.
So here's my recommendation: is everyone but Agra, you and Karen stay behind. I mean, everyone but you and Karen go back to Centralis and start with cleanup. I think it's fair to say that for the most part, everyone is tired. Everyone deserves a chance to go back and rest. Also, I do not want Stasia, no offense, anywhere near this thing.
Stasia at this point is would not have turned away to look at any of you. His gaze is still focused on the Tarrasque.
Stasia?
I can hear you. I'm just keeping an eye. For what it's worth, it's hard to say I was a survivor because I did die anyway. But as a victim of the cults, I'm just concerned with the Tarrasque anyway. Having personally fought it back when it did first appear, seeing firsthand what it had done then versus how much stronger it became when we fought it before, and now that it seemingly has intelligence to guide what it can do, I do not have much faith that things will continue well. If it is anything like me, given that at least some part of me has shaped it, and very likely Rua, based on the arm that he had cut off, as he glances to Albert before then looking back to the Tarrasque. And Albert does nod and say, yes, the arm was actually used part into the experiments of the cults. Sassia then continues. It is very likely that I have no faith that the Tarrasque will actually budge on its desire to cull humans. Maybe it will. Maybe it will change. I'm willing to be surprised.
All I can really do right now is give it time.
We have to. It is fundamentally both ancient and a newborn. Incomprehensibly ancient and and immensely young. Right. It has the grudges of an ancient being and the emotional volatility of a young child. I get the trepidation 100%. But we have to give some amount of the benefit of the doubt or some amount of grace.
There's a reason why I didn't interject or intervene. Me choosing to not do anything other than watch it was me giving the option for it to become more than what was expected of it. The only time I will get involved is if negotiations break down and we have to fight.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I
Appreciate it.
That said, I do think we would be better served. We would be better served by having a smaller delegation.
We cannot have everyone who is here today join us again.
It's unfair to them, and everyone deserves a little bit of rest. Oryx especially.
Torrent actually holds up a hand and says, "I'll be honest, bros, I don't mind sticking around. We already did that rest in Akra's little home.
Doohickey?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. True. Very true. So true. That's true."
Hypersonic mind chamber.
And he goes
I'm
on
going to
say, like,
stab you.
I'll be honest. Unless we're leaving to be dealing with the cult, I feel like there's very little point in heading back because
I do feel like
Well, I meant just helping, going back to Centralis and helping rebuild while we handle negotiations at least for a little bit.
The thing
not
is,
to mention,
it took all of us to even deal with the Tarrasque like we did, and even then it was still pretty scary.
it did mention that they did sacrifice a good deal of physical strength in order to gain intelligence.
So, to be specific, instead of it having incredibly high strength, it now just has higher strength than any of you, still. So, out of character, its worst stat is a 14. Its second worst stat is a 16. Its third worst stat is 20. And those are only its mental stats. Its physical stats are still very, very high.
Lovely.
That said, everyone here has gone through a lot. This is mostly a way to just kind of be like, just go home. Go back and just rest in a bed. We've all earned it. Take the chance. And assuming discussions break down, hostilities resume, we won't be able to go back and rest for quite a while. So, take the chance to just go back and rest. You don't have, not even going back to Pahola, just going back to Centralis and lying down in a bed, in a real bed.
A good night's sleep would help all of you. Would help all of us as well, but...
And Oryx still needs some amount of medical care.
I'll be honest, I've been pretty fine now.
You need some medical care, Oryx.
I have had medical care.
You need some medical care, Oryx.
So, as he holds up a hand, in the time that you were dealing with Hatayia, I actually was getting some healing. I've been teleporting around, because I can do that, because I am a sorcerer supreme, as it were. Yeah, I've been having healing done.
Have you come to bargain?
I mean, you guys went to bargain, not me.
I mean, I've got a good middle ground here. Seamus, you can cast Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does work.
Yeah.
Slumber Party?
Sure.
Out of character, should I cast it right now or wait? Like I could drop a mansion on us right now.
It lasts 24 hours. Fucking yeah.
So just start casting it.
Yeah. Let me double check how long it takes. I think it's like
It's 10 minutes.
it's a 1 minute casting. 1 minute
Yeah.
casting time.
1 minute casting time. Duration 24 hours.
Is it a ritual?
No.
It is not a ritual. No.
So I will say, you all notice Stasia looking to draw his sword as he suddenly gets into a stance.
No.
And as you look,
Down, boy. Down.
and you see the Tarrasque turns around to look at you all. I have made my decision.
Oh well, that changes things.
Jameis stops casting this spell?
Yeah, stop.
Okay.
While I immensely appreciate and do desire the opportunity to coexist, I do not feel as if I can change my mind about how I feel in regards to how the humans need to be dealt with.
You're insisting on extermination then, huh?
It is regrettable, but yes. Just as you are resolved to protect the people of this world, I am resolved to do what I feel like is my sense of right. What I feel like I need to do before I can move on and live as who I feel like I would like to be. At this point, Akura takes some steps forward. Because I assume the rest of you on this map would be like...
Probably be like back here now, yeah.
Wait. Let's say Hakuna Matata. It means no worries.
Nice to meet you, by the way. I'm Akura Everay. I'm sure you already knew that. The Tarrasque looks to Akura and just says, "Yes, I'm aware of who you are. And for what it is worth, being able to fight you one-on-one is a great excitement that I feel. It is an honor to know that I could have a duel with possibly the strongest mortal on this planet." Akura smiles and just says, "Oh, that's funny. I mean, I do appreciate it, you know. I'm just gonna... Unless you're... Well, I was gonna say, you would be with the others, I assume, again, right? Dairon?
Yep.
But yeah. Akura just says, "For what it's worth, I did hope that things wouldn't come to this, but... well, you know, it's..." The Tarrasque nods and just says, "Yes, I know it is." Akura looks to you all and just says, "You should probably all take a few steps back." Because he takes at least one more step forward. It'd
Alright.
probably be in all of your best interest to give us some room.
Let's get out of here for now.
One of the reasons I tend not to fight as strong as I can do is because a lot of my attacks can hit other people. I'm always at my best when I have maximum room to not catch anyone else other than me and my enemies.
Understood. No collateral. Let's get out of here, guys.
I mean, for what it's worth, that's a few more paces is more than enough of a good distance.
Light zoinks, gang. Let's get out of here.
Tyron just looks sadly at the Tarrasque and just like lets out a resigned sigh. And just moves back with everybody, like just okay.
Here's the new music that's going to be playing for now. So, you watch as... Let me see if I've got it right. You watch as Akura raises his right hand to shoulder height, arm bent, palm facing forward, while his left hand is slightly raised, palm pointed upwards. In an instant, you feel the air getting cool. With fire all around me burns to ash. With water all around me drowns. With wind all around me scatters like dust. With earth all around me is crushed to paste. And the entire area, from what you can see, is swallowed up in a flash of silver light. And the two words, terrain creation, can be heard. I don't have a map for this terrain, but mostly because the area still looks the same.
Domain expansion.
But one of the differences is that the area is almost fluctuating. You see as briefly the area flashes where like the ground looks like hot coals for but a moment. You see huge swirling tornadoes in the distance. You see the sky almost as if it looks like it's raining, but no rain actually falls. And Akura then says, Sanctum of the Four Elements. That is the name of this ability. You notice as well the sky is a noticeable silver color. Despite the dark clouds, it's really strange. And the Tarrasque, clenching its fists, ready to stand up and fight. Akura does the same. The two of them begin to go at it. I'm just going to move us to the world map as this happens.
Incidentally, well, out of character meta question. How high was the DC to actually persuade the Tarrasques to stand down?
30.
Cool.
Fuck.
On some level, the Tarrasque wanted to believe that it could be swayed.
I really tried.
You did.
I'm
and
pretty
you
sure
have nothing to blame.
Like, I'm pretty sure Seamus and I are the only ones who have modifiers high enough to actually hit that.
Yep,
I
I think
could've-
my charisma gives me a plus 11.
I got a plus 14.
Or actually, you know what?
Persuasion.
Hold on. I think if I gave persuasion, yeah, actually, it's a plus 15, so I have a pretty good chance. But
So-
too late for that.
You watch as Akra and the Tarrasque are fighting. Every punch that Akra's throwing feels like a shatter is being cast. That's how powerful the blasts are. It's to a point where at one stage, Akra punches the Tarrasque so hard, part of the Tarrasque's face just comes clean off. And the Tarrasque just immediately regenerates the damage. You watch as Akra is using abilities that require ki, and he's firing them out. He's basically just hitting as hard as possible and as much as possible. In terms of an actual combat round, only by the second round is he already using, like, his transformations. Like, he's using his avatar of the elements. He's casting haste on himself. He's using Guardian of Nature. Like, Akra's using everything.
Like, this is a do or die everything kitchen sink fights.
You notice, though, as the Tarrasque is fighting, you notice, Dairon, in parts of the fight, it's using uncanny dodge.
Oh, god damn it.
At one stage, when Akra does a particularly heavy hit, Aldane, the Tarrasque uses Lay on Hands.
Motherfucker. This dude really is a Mazo.
At one point, you watch as the Tarrasque, holding its index finger and middle finger out, fires off a chromatic orb in a very similar way that a certain painter would do.
Hey, he didn't even say it was Corbing time.
It's very clear it's using abilities out of character, like it's got access to other classes. In fact, at one stage, as Akra and the Tarrasque are punching each other, the Tarrasque even uses a Divine Smite. It's like watching basically like Goku versus Boo at the very end of the series. Like, it's like watching two titans clash. The speed with which these two are fighting is immense. If anything, it's a testament to how strong you guys are, that you're even, like, realizing properly what is going on.
Like, you know, keeping up.
Yeah. You know, you're seeing Akra fight harder than he's done ever. If anything, it's probably why Eben was so terrified by the time you all had your long rest and found Akra basically stood over it. And that was Akra at that point fighting over the course of 8 hours to stall on purpose. This is Akra basically burning everything immediately. Like, at one point during the fight, Akra casts a fireball, and the Tarrasque uses evasion, like a monk or a rogue. At one point, the Tarrasque even uses what Seamus could only imagine to be something like a bard would use, as if the Tarrasque itself has inspiration. Like, it's using spells like a cleric, like a wizard, like a sorcerer. Noticeably, in terms of class features, out of character, it's not using barbarian abilities. Like, if you can think of a basic class ability that it could use, the Tarrasque is doing it, other than barbarian features.
Okay.
Aaron kind of looks at everyone around us. None of us are barbarians.
I am, Tora says.
Huh.
Karen actually says as she's watching, given barbarians channel anger, it's entirely
avoiding it.
possible. It's probably trying to not devolve into anger, for fear it might lose control. But you watch as they're fighting. They're going on for a few minutes. It's like hearing just blasts. It's like just explosions are going off of how hard these two are hitting each other. The sound of the wind as they are rushing, as they are flying and moving around. You know, it's just overwhelming, really. And as these two are fighting, you notice something, however. Akira's actually struggling. Partway into the fight, you're noticing that Akira, maybe because he's beginning to like just run out of resources, but the momentum he was having is kind of fading. But even then, at the whole time, Akira is almost entirely smiling, grinning, laughing, as if he's really allowed to fully cut loose. He's really, truly enjoying himself. And so is the Tarrasque. And as these two beings, if anything at this point, are fighting each other, eventually, as the two of them back away from each other, stood several paces apart, Akira wincing as he is like, he is bruised, he is battered, he is very much like, and the thing is, Akira's also been regenerating through the pain. At one point, Akira's arm would have been like torn off, and he just regenerates it similarly as fast as like the Tarrasque is doing. But eventually, you see Akira starts to, how to describe it? It's like Akira is kind of just like, I don't want to say giving up, but it's very clear that he himself is starting to slow down.
He can't keep up.
If this was any other kind of enemy, Akira would easily be beating the shit out of them. It's just that the Tarrasque is so seemingly so much more powerful, and you notice something as the Tarrasque has been fighting. At points when the Tarrasque looks like it's close to losing, it's like powering through. It's almost as if the indomitable spirit of like people is something the Tarrasque is channeling. It's as if one of the things it gained as a result of becoming a mortal is the ability to keep becoming stronger. You know, like when a protagonist is back against the wall and they suddenly find that resolve to power up, the Tarrasque is doing that.
I call hacks.
Like, you know, similar to what a hero would do, it's doing that. Similar to what you guys have done in the past when you've leveled up mid-fight. Like, it's calling upon new wellsprings of power. Until eventually, You begin to hear glass cracking. You see parts of the floor starting to form lines of like glass, like as if glass is breaking. The sky is also doing it, until eventually the terrain just collapses. Akura's forms begin to end, and at this point he falls to a knee. The Tarrasque stands over Akura. Not over him, but like the Tarrasque is standing, you know. It is unperturbed. It's very much like the Tarrasque has definitely given its all, but it wasn't enough. Akura failed to win. The Tarrasque looks, and he looks at you four, and it says, "If you're all going to fight me one-on-one, I would ask that the Nameless Guard take me on next. I do not wish to have my time wasted. If we are going to fight, then fight we will, but I want to fight the Nameless Guard. Am I understood?"
Crystal.
You got it.
As this happens, let me just find the right song that I want to use, because there is a particular one. This one. One moment, please. No. I think it's this one. Yes, here we go. So, where is it now? Okay, I've got it. Here we go. Sorry for the brief delay. Oh. Yes, here's the song. As you're ready to step forward, ready to take over from Akura's place, you all feel a sense of dread running through your bodies. The Tarrasque also looks across. Everyone present senses this. And you see something that you already felt like you dealt with just moments ago.
Oh, come on.
Huge in size. 2 faces, massive wings, platinum scales along its body.
God damn it. Okay.
This is not fair.
This is some bullshit.
As you look over,
Why do we gotta fight this?
you see it. It's the Platinum Dragon. Only
Okay.
you blink, and then you realize who it is.
It's Rua, isn't it?
It's just him. He's just there.
Huh.
Oh, hey, Rua.
In that moment, you all almost hallucinated that.
Huh?
Even the Tarrasque and the other present to fight Pludral saw it, based on how unnerved they were.
I feel like we should be
Rua
concerned about that, but we have bigger things to deal with right now.
That's a
Rua
later.
looks-
That is a
Rua
later
looks
us
to you all
problem.
and smiles as he waves his right hand. Bearing in mind with how Rua's coat is that he would be wearing, the sleeve of the right arm would have been torn to make room for his arm, the mechanical arms he would have used. But he's just waving at you basically like his right hand and going, hello. It seems like I've missed some stuff.
Negotiations have broken down.
But what else is new?
That makes sense. I'd say it makes sense. It's unfortunate. And you watch as the Tarrasque, smiling at this point, very excitedly says, so you're Rua Everett. It's a shame you weren't here earlier, but it's a pleasure to see you now. But, might I ask, are you going to be joining with your friends? Because you seem rather confident. You notice Rua's actually... He's smiling, but it's a very, soft, gentle smile. You seem in a good mood. Is there a reason for it, or are you just that excited to fight me? And Rua, looking at the Tarrasque, just says, well, I recently learned something about myself. Something very important that I feel like kind of changes who I am. It's hard to explain into words. I've never been really good at fully describing how I can feel to people, especially if they aren't like me. The Tarrasque nods, seemingly understanding what it can be like to not have people understand you, as he himself was, as he was only saying moments ago, struggling to really explain himself. And as the two of them look at each other, you watch as Rua's head begins to lower. His eyes begin to close. And for an instant, you feel this pervading stillness. Dairon, Aldane, Seamus, Felix. The four of you, you've known Rua for as long as you have. And you feel, from the equipment that the gods gave you, a tremble from them.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to kill him.
So, you feel the presence of chosen you as their champions. It's very similar to the Tarrasque pieces that you had. You feel a sense of fear from them, as if the gods themselves are struggling to contain their worry, as if they know what is happening.
Ari, if you want to say something, say it.
You actually don't get a response from the Seiryu, Dairon. As if the god of thunderstorms is actually speechless.
Great.
Wonderful.
You see as... How would I describe this? There's like this energy that begins to swirl from Rua's body. His hands begin to loosen as his body seems to relax. At this point, as Akra would have stepped back to be with the rest of you, Akra begins to laugh, cackling as if he suddenly snapped and gone insane. I didn't expect this to happen. He looks on at Rua with a beaming grin. You see, when a person, often when they confine themselves in a state of calm, in a state of peace. They can achieve a flow state. Anyone can do it. But when you reach a certain level of strength, and it's often in the face of a great revelation or a moment of pure clarity, you can go beyond just that.
Plus Ultra?
Many names for the state. You know, you can call it the flow state, you can call it like an empty mind, a pure body.
The
The
zone.
state I like to call it, the zone, yes. The state I like to dub it as is the Mushin state. And I'll type this in the chat. You see, just entering the state already puts you at a level above other people. And the state itself cannot even be accessed by anyone other than mortals. Gods themselves can never reach the state, which is why if a god is to witness it happen, they will often find themselves worried. And there's levels to the Mushin state. But when you reach 100% of the states, you will never lose a fight. And right now, that is what my grandson is going through. And you watch as Rua's right eyebrow and the front and the right front part of his hair begins to, at the roots, turn a platinum color. It's not all of his hair, it's only part of it. But you see, as Arca is describing this, he states, right now, it appears as if Rua is at 25% of the states. But the potential's there for it to climb higher and higher. And as this quietness is lingering in the air, Rua's eyes begin to open, and he takes a step forward, and then another step. Seamus,
Yes.
as you're blinking, you blink and you notice something. Or rather, how would I describe it? As you blink, Rua's already this close to the Tarrasque. Aldane, you find yourself blinking only moments after Seamus does. And Rua's already this close to the Tarrasque. The rest of you, well, Dairon, so far you haven't blinked. Rua's still only this close away from the Tarrasque. He's barely moved. And then, eventually, you all see, as your eyes would have finally caught up, Rua's right up close to the Tarrasque. The Tarrasque itself has only realized what's going on. And Rua's arm, his right arm, is already being pulled back. And the Tarrasque doesn't really get a chance to do anything. As Rua makes a hit. Let me just check. Yes. Oh, it's because it's always rolled at advantage, I forgot. So Rua hits with a 24 plus 4 for 10 bludgeoning damage. As he strikes the Tarrasque in the stomach, you watch as Rua's fist sinks into the Tarrasque's gut, enough that the Tarrasque actually starts coughing blood. Doubling over in pain, Rua stands over the Tarrasque. His gaze is neutral, unflinching, and as it is right now, we're going to end the session here.
Fucking
Oh boy.
Super Saiyan 2 ass
Yeah, I was
moment.
just gonna say, yeah, Rua just went Super Saiyan 2. Or I guess Super Saiyan 25%.
So
It's plus Ultra Sign. I mean, it's Super Saiyan. Like it's
because
Goku Ultra Sign.
Ultra Instinct sign, yes.
because Rua is an ally, I will show you the effects Rua gains while in the Mushin states. But for now, the session is effectively over. So every attack Rua makes ignores all resistances and immunities. Every attack roll he makes instead gets to use any stat of the user's choice, and the second highest stat modifier can be added to the attack roll. Any wisdom, intelligence, and charisma save is made with advantage, and the user gains +1 to AC. That's the base state. That's the base effects of the state. And then this is added onto it.
+1 to AC just seems like a cherry on top.
At 25%, Rua's movement speed is increased to the highest stat score that he has. So because Rua has a +20, because Rua has a 20 into his wisdom, he now has 95 movement speed instead of 75.
Okay.
Crazy.
He is resistant to all damage types, and every attack he makes, the roll needed to make a critical hit is lowered by 1.
So a
So
natural
you only-
19 would be a crit?
Yes.
Or, okay.
And because of Rua's Moonblade, which already lowers the range for a crit, Rua would only ever need to roll an 18 or higher to get a crit.
Wild!
I would
This is a
give
state
the sword
Opera
back when
is
you
also
can,
able
Jack.
to use.
You know he can just call it back to his hand if he wants, right? That was the point of our
10
conversation at the
heartbeats.
start of the stream.
Whatever.
Also, oh no, wait, yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's so fun fact. For Rua in the Mushin state, I've made an entirely new character sheet.
Ooh.
Succinctly called Mushin Rua. But yes, that's where the session is going to end on anyway for now.
Right. Well, that's where we're going to end the stream as well. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed in terms of future stuff, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays. Please do give us a follow and a subscribe here on Twitch and all that YouTube stuff.
Like, subscribe, comment down below. Please press that bell icon, yo.
And otherwise, hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday. Good night.
Good night.